Tell us about your world of 3D printing and MakerBot.
And so basically what we do is called fused deposition modeling. But basically, when you boil it down really simply, what you're doing is laying down layers of a material until you make an object. And so that object could be something as simple as something like this, which is just like a vacuum cleaner, like a vacuum cleaner hose. It could be something like that. Or it could be something complex, like, let's say you needed to make an insect model. Here's a great big giant insect model. So you can do very simple to very complex objects when you 3D print. But basically, when you see each one of these models, it starts out as just, you've got to kind of picture this, but it's basically laying down layer by layer by layer by layer until you get the full object. So pretty crazy, right? So functional prototypes. Inventors, you prototype. You're engineers. So what we're talking about with functional prototype is uncovering design flaws. And Brian, you just hit on that before going to production. Because when you go to production, that's expensive to find a mistake at that point. So imagine if you could test fit, form, function, make sure everything fits together, make sure it fits, the product that you want, make sure it's the right material that you want. All of those things can be done again at your desk, whether that's in a corporate setting or whether that, Brian, like you said, at your own place.
What's great about 3D printing for inventors out there, we could just come up with something, work on the program that Dottie will explain to us, and then we could just print out things. Or you hire somebody to do the CAD, the 3D drawing, and then you can print it yourself, or you can upload it to different companies. But we're talking to MakerBot tonight, so you can either purchase a MakerBot printer, or you can find somebody with a MakerBot printer and be able to print it. But what's nice is, like Tapeweight is putting a couple comments in that you might make a couple prototypes. So before you go into production, or before you share your files with somebody, maybe you're trying to get a licensing deal and you want to share your files, or you're going into production, it's a great way to test. And you might have to do 2, 3, 4, maybe it's one, you hit the home run, but you might make a few iterations of it. You might see something that you might want to change, or maybe it's too thick or too thin. And right, Dottie? I mean, it doesn't matter what industry, really, it's a chance for you to really test, or you can have fun with it. Like a lot of people do too, is just make fun things or parts. Like what's an average 3D printer cost, Dottie?
So again, it depends on what you want to do. I would say don't go for the cheapest one typically, but they're going to range. If you want to do high temp materials, if you want to do ABS and you want to do that kind of prototyping, you're going to be in around the $5,000 range to get yourself started.